So you've made a really good skyscraper. This is the challenge project, so you need to make sure that your skyscraper itself is really good, because then I'm not really going to cut you any slack on. What I will cut you slack on is the back. Now just imagine that you have to imagine that this skyscraper doesn't exist, but you still have a really good skyscraper. You got your 5 stacks at least. Okay, it's decorated, everything. Now what you're going to start doing is you are going to be making some buildings on the background, okay? You're going to be starting out the same way, though. You have to think that this is still a building. You're doing it the same way, starting out with the dividing line. You're just lining up with the vanishing points. It's just behind the other main building. I cannot stress enough, make sure your first building's really good. So you start out, dividing line, and then you're going to attach the top and bottom to the vanishing point, just like so. And I'm going to, again, I have to imagine that this big building here doesn't exist, and that I've got like this, it continues behind it. That's the difficult part, is you have to draw as if something is there that's not really there. I mean, you could draw it and just erase it, but that starts to get confusing. So I did the dividing line. Now I'm ending it. I'm making sure that my building doesn't go on forever and ever. Now I need to draw the other side, which this lines up to the opposite vanishing point. Same rules as we did before. The only difference we're doing here is there's another building in the way. So now I'm just going to go make the back of it, which is just straight up and down. There you go. So I've got this building over here to the right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to make it a double stack. So I'll put another stack on top of there, just like so. And I'm going to line up with the vanishing point. Now that one here is going to line up with the opposite vanishing point, but I'm not going to draw the entire thing. I don't have to. As long as I'm using a ruler, making sure that it's lining up with the opposite vanishing point, I'll be fine. All right, so there you go. You've got your building. It's done. Now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to erase my guidelines like so. And again, I can't stress enough, guys, don't draw the exact same thing I'm doing. I want you to come up with your own buildings on either side. Anybody can follow a video. I want you to, this is just an example here. So now on the left side, I'm going to make another one. This one I think I'm going to make below the horizon line so that I can see the top of it. I don't know if that's the best idea, but you'll get the idea. It's going to be really small, so it's going to be really hard for me to draw. So I've got my 2 dividing lines, okay? I'm probably going to have to do a correction here because I kind of did it the wrong way. I just wanted to give you an idea on where they were going to be. So I've got my building over here. Now I'm going to opposite vanishing point, okay? Just like so. All right, now I'm going to line up this over here with the opposite vanishing point. Just like that, opposite vanishing point. Now I'm going to make another stack on top of it. Right over here. Lines up with the vanishing point. There's my guideline. There's my other one. There we go. And this one's really bad. I'm going to have to redo this one. Let's erase this. There we go. And that goes straight up and down. There you go. Okay. Now, while I'm erasing this one, I don't think I'm going to decorate all of them. Like, keep in mind, you need to have doors and windows and everything on these these buildings in the back. They have to look like real buildings. But for the sake of time, I'm not going to completely decorate them. I think maybe I'll decorate this one over here on the right, just to kind of give you an idea what I'm talking about. So you decorate this one the same way you did the main building. You're just going to, start lining things up with the vanishing points and making sure that they are nice and straight and even. So this one right here, I'll just make some bricks like so, lining them up with the vanishing point. I'm doing this mostly so that you guys understand, like, you don't treat this back building any differently. The only difference is there's another building in the way. And it's just going to be a little bit smaller, and you're going to have to do a little bit more detail. So you treat it the exact same way that you would the one on the other side. Maybe I'll just put a few windows in here. There's a little decoration up here. I don't even know what that is. But it looks good, right? Okay. So I'm going to make some windows down here. Now, after I'm done getting these windows done, I'm going to make a sidewalk. And if I can make a street, the biggest thing is you just want to make sure that the drawing you're doing is starting to look like an actual city street, not just a skyscraper. So as I'm finishing these up here, you'll see. Oh, missed a layer. Add one more on there. So you're going to do this to the building on the other side. I'm not going to do it. There you go. Let in the antenna. Now it looks good. All right. So now we're going to start doing a street. I think I've got this little gap here. I'm going to make like a through street in the back. And I'm just going to put little lines here to remind myself. And again, they're lining up with the vanishing points. So now I'm going to draw this right here. This is my sidewalk on the left side. I'm just going to continue this down right here. Now I'm going to make another one on the right side. Let me get this little bit over here. Okay, so now this one on the right side. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to start drawing this one. And as I'm drawing this, I realize that I made this really, really small. Okay, so I want it to kind of match the one on the left, so I'm going to erase this one here. And let's redo it. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to draw another line over here. Okay, so now you can see I'm starting to develop a sidewalk here. Let's get the other side of the sidewalk. There we go. So now we've got sidewalk lines. The sidewalk lines line up with the opposite side vanishing point. I can't stress this enough. You know what I get all the time? I get this. You line up the first one and then you just do dashes like this. This is wrong because that one lines up, but now this one here doesn't line up. This one right here doesn't line up. Every one of your sidewalk lines have to line up with the vanishing point. So I'm just going to start this over here, and you're going to see every sidewalk line lines up with the vanishing point. So that's the first tricky part. The second tricky part to this is lining them up with the vanishing point, but now as they go further away, they get closer together. So they're still going to line up with the vanishing point, but the gap in between each one of them is going to get smaller as I go back toward the vanishing point on the left side. Okay, so you can see a really small here, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Again, line them all up with the vanishing point. Now we're going to do the other side here, lining up with the vanishing point, and you're going to need a ruler for this, and every time go back and make sure that you're lining up with the vanishing point. Don't do it quickly. If this takes you only like 30 seconds to do this, you probably did it wrong. It's hard to keep going back and making sure that you're lining your ruler up with the vanishing point every single time. As it is, this one isn't perfect. So there we go. All right, so now I'm just going to make a little horizon line here. And I'm going to continue this line over here. Maybe I'm going to continue this. Just got to line up with the vanishing point on the other side. Make sure it's straight. I think it'll be right about there. We'll see once I draw this, guy. So now I'm going to continue this. So now I've got a street here on the other side. And now I'm going to make this street over here. And now I'm going to, you can see like this was my original thing. Now I've just got the stuff in the back. The stuff in the background is everything that I've done for the challenge project. And now I'm going to put some windows back, or some mountains back here. Let's put some snow. A little detail. The detail doesn't look good. Whatever. Little sun. Here we go. It's very, very shiny sun. It's got a smiley face on it. Some glasses. Little butt chin. Some hair. Oh my gosh. What does that sun look like? Oh my gosh. It's Mr. Thas as a sun. It's amazing. We'll get rid of it. Yeah. Well, you don't need to do that part. You don't even need to make a sun. All right, but you do need to make this look like a real image in the background. All right, good luck with the challenge project. Thanks for watching the video. See you guys later.